Hello one and all, my name is Yaya and you are watching the Psychologically Dope channel. I have a big announcement. I'm doing a giveaway. I've recently reached 100 followers on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably should. Link is in the description below. It's kind of going to be related to this video, but for more details, watch until the end. Today's video is going to be all about Record Store Day. Record Store Day 2020 was actually supposed to take place on the 18th of April, but because of everything that's been going on lately, they changed the way that it typically goes. This year what they did is have 3 separate drop days for Record Store Day. The first drop was on the 29th of August, the second drop was on September 26th, and the final drop was October 24th. I participated in all 3 drops, including the Black Friday one as a bonus, and basically in this video I'll be showing you what I got and kind of reviewing my experience for Record Store Day this year. But first, if you're new here, let me give you some details on what exactly Record Store Day is. The first Record Store Day took place on April 19th, 2008. Every year, one Saturday is chosen to be the day where pledged independent record stores open their doors to sell exclusive records and memorabilia. The day is meant to support small music-related businesses and to celebrate the importance of these independent record stores and the culture that they provide. There is also the Record Store Day event that takes place on Black Friday in November. It works similarly to the regular Record Store Day. Nevertheless, Record Store Day takes place all over the world and is a staple in the record collecting community. It allows record stores to draw crowds and get new business. Now, let's get into my Record Store Day experience for 2020. My record store that I decided to go to did things a little differently. Their method of, I guess, organizing Record Store Day was to do wristbands. It was wristbands like these. They would number them based on the time frame. The way that you would get the wristband is you would have to come in Monday, 12 p.m. and get your wristband. Obviously, if you were the first in line on Monday, you'd be able to get the first pick. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be number 1 in the line, but you'd probably be like 1 through 15, which would probably run from 8 to 8:30. Then after that, it'd be another 15 people, and that would run from 8:30 to 9, and so on and so forth. So for this first Record Store Day, I didn't realize that it was supposed to start at 12, so I showed up to the record store super early. And also, that day was when the Folklore signed albums came out, so a lot of people were there anyway, but not a lot of people were there for the same reason I was. Most people that were there wanted a signed Taylor Swift album. So when I arrived, I ended up just walking around, looking through bins, buying records, and once 12 o'clock hit, I was first in line, obviously, and I was able to sign my name and pick a number. I ended up with like number 15, which was ironic because I was the first person there, but it was fine because I still got there early and I was able to get everything that I wanted on my list because of how early I got there. So now I'm going to show you a few of the things that I got for the first Record Store Day drop. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is this Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. The B-sides and remixes. I mean, it's Britney Spears. Oops, I Did It Again. Come on. Why wouldn't you? I actually didn't get this on the day of because I was like, oh, there's probably going to be a lot of them left over. Surprisingly, there wasn't. Well, there was actually some leftovers at my local store, but a lot of stores sold out, especially ones that stocked online. They sold out very quickly. Even my record store said it was sold out. But when I went there the following day, they actually had a ton sitting on the shelf. So I bought it. I just got lucky that day, I guess. The next record that I'm going to show you is this Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker record. This is also something that was kind of hard for me to find. I saw it at my local store and I thought, it probably won't sell out that fast, right? Wrong. I called my local store to make sure that they still had it. They didn't have it. So I had to scour the internet for a copy of this. I actually found it on 3Hive. One thing I can say about 3Hive is that anytime I need a record, they likely have it. I don't know what it is, but they always have the record that I need in stock. Like, it's the weirdest thing. I love jazz music. Charlie Parker and Dizzy, like, they're both really good jazz musicians. This is apparently the first time it's been pressed on an LP. I'm interested to hear what it sounds like and kind of read the liner notes and kind of fully immerse myself in the jazz experience, because I'm still a developing jazz listener. Like, I know some jazz artists, but you know, I'm not like very large into the community that I would know who everyone is. So it's just nice to be able to dive deeper into it. So that's why I got this one. The next album that I'm going to show you is Bill Evans. I don't know what else to say other than that it's Bill Evans. Like, he's just a classic jazz pianist. He's really good at what he does. I just love his music. It's so soothing. I heard that these pressings are actually not that great, but we'll see when I listen to it, I guess. Next we have Cherry Bomb and the Cherry Bomb instrumentals. With these released, it was a no-brainer for me because I love Tyler the Creator. I've loved him since I was in like middle school. Should I have been listening to Tyler the Creator in middle school? Probably not, but that was just the case. Next I have this Gene Russell New Direction release. I enjoy jazz and I enjoy learning more about different jazz musicians. I actually gave this album a listen before I bought it because I just wanted to know more about it before I decided to spend money on it. And I actually really enjoyed it. I haven't listened to this specific pressing, so I don't know how the record itself will sound, but I know I'll enjoy the music that's on it once I get to listen to it. Next, I have My Dear Melancholy. Another grail from the first record store day drop. Anything that The Weeknd releases, I am there. Like, again, just like Tyler, I've been listening to The Weeknd since I was in middle school. Probably shouldn't have, but that just is how the cookie crumbled. I was listening to The Weeknd. So anything he slaps his name on, I am buying it. And I bought this one and I'm very happy with it. I mean, this EP is like really good, so I know I'm gonna enjoy the music on it. I don't know anything about the pressing itself. I'll probably do a review on like all my record store day releases another time, but for now, I'm happy. So yeah. The next release that I'm gonna show you is this Al Green, Green is Blue. I thought that the colorway, first of all, was really cool. I saw like pictures of it online and I was like, ooh, that sounds fancy. I kind of want it. But also, Al Green's just a classic soul artist. Like, if you don't at least have a greatest hits album by Al Green in your collection, like, what are you doing? But yeah, I really can't wait to listen to this. I'm actually really excited. It seems like it'll look beautiful. Hopefully it'll sound beautiful. But yeah. Next I have the Nat Turner Rebellion, Laugh to Keep from Crying. This is another soul kind of release. This record was, I believe, reissued by Vinyl Me Please first, and I didn't get a chance to get a copy of that, but since it was released for Record Store Day, I said, sure, why not? Next we have Sam Smith's I Feel Love, this single picture disc release. I just love Sam Smith. I love their voice. They're just an amazing artist. So of course I had to get this when it came out. I have a few other Sam Smith singles, so this one will just go right with the other ones. Next I have this Thelonious Monk release. Thelonious Monk is a very awesome jazz artist. I'm still experimenting with my jazz likes. So buying this album is just another kind of experiment, see how I like it. I've heard that he doesn't miss when it comes to his live albums, so hopefully this one's a good one. Next thing I have to show you is this Bone Thugs and Harmony release, Creep It On a Come Up. This is such a good hip hop album. Thuggish Ruggish Bone is on this one. That's a classic. It's a limited edition splatter color. I don't have any Bone Thugs in my collection right now, other than this. So I'm glad that I was able to get this because I need to add more Bone Thugs to my catalog, okay? Next I have this Denzel Curry Bulls on Parade, and then Eye Against Eye on the back. I love anything Denzel puts out. He's an amazing rapper to me, so that's obviously why I got this. I'm happy to have this in my collection. Next, I have the Glass Animals Tokyo Drifting single. This is really cute. Like, look at it. It's a little fruit. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then on the back, it's like this little optical illusion kind of thing, but it says like snip. You know, it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm happy to have it. Next, I have Bob Marley and the Wailers. Okay, can't go wrong with Bob Marley. Redemption Song is like one of my favorite Bob Marley songs, so I'm glad that I have this. I was able to get Billie Eilish's Live at Third Man Records. I love Billie. I love her voice. I just thought it'd be interesting to have because it's Billie Eilish. I'm excited to give this one a listen and just have her sing me to sleep. Well, probably shouldn't do that with a turntable, but you know what I mean. And we're finally on the last release. So the last thing that I picked up for the first Record Store Day drop on August 29th was Charlie Parker, Jazz at Midnight. Of course, it's a jazz release. Charlie Parker is a jazz artist that I do listen to. I haven't listened to this album yet, but I'm excited to give it a listen. I'm excited to spin this and read all the little jazz blurbs they got going on in here, and learn more about it. So these next two releases I got from the UK because they're UK exclusive. The first one that I'm going to show you is Keen's Night Train. I didn't know that this was a thing until I saw someone post it, and I was like, oh, I want that. So I got it from Rough Trade. They had some available at some point, and I had notifications on, and once the notification went out, I swooped it up. So I'm glad that I have this. I love this band. They're really good, and this EP is actually pretty nice too. So I'm glad that I was able to get a copy. And lastly, I have J Hus Big Conspiracy. I love UK hip hop, UK rap, I should say, grime, all that. So this was like a no-brainer for me when I found out that this was getting a Record Store Day release, because one, I didn't have the album yet, and two, it has a cool little one black and one white LP kind of thing going on. So I was like, oh, I'll just get this one then. And I did. I got it from Rough Trade as well. I don't know if they have any more available. They probably do. So if you would like a copy, you can go check Rough Trade out or find it on Discogs. But I'm very happy that I have this in my collection, and yeah. So now we're going to get into Record Store Day drop number 2, which was on September 26th. This Record Store Day drop was different for me because I ended up having to do a lot of, well, I ended up having to do a little bit more online shopping than the previous one because I couldn't get everything that I wanted. I actually ended up, I think, having an 8:30 time instead of the 8 o'clock time that I had wanted, because I did a method where instead of going into the store on Monday, I sent them an email and they were able to give me my wristband number and all of that through the email. So I ended up with an 8:30 time slot, and I went in, I got some stuff, but there were other things that just were missing, and it was disappointing, yes, but it was okay. I was able to still find everything that I wanted. So now I'm going to show you what I got. The first thing I'm going to show you is this Tovlo Bikini Porn. I first heard this EP, like it was in a playlist, I think, and I instantly just loved it. So when I found out that this was going to get a Record Store Day release, I was really excited. I definitely had it on my list, and I got it, okay? It's staying with me. I'm keeping it. Next we have Big L. This is The Dangerous Zone. I just love Big L. Like his flow, his cadence, everything about him, his swagger, just like, I just love him. This is definitely something that I'm happy to have. Next one that I have to show you is Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. This is a hip hop classic, honestly. Coolio, like, his style is just impeccable. Like, no one else could be Coolio. but I am happy to have this in my collection. I am very excited to spin it and hear what Gangsta's Paradise sounds like on colored vinyl. The next release that I'm going to show you is this Don Cherry Jam. So what's interesting about this is that it has like a little sticker where you can listen to the album before you get it. I thought that was cool because most of these albums that I pick up, I don't know what they sound like. I just enjoy hearing different artists and what they have to offer to the jazz scene. So that's why I got this, and I can't wait to give it a spin. Next I have Ellie Goulding, her Lights 10-year anniversary release. I thought this was cool because this record is made out of recycled vinyl and the sleeves are also made out of recycled material. Thank you, Miss Ellie, for looking out for the environment. I appreciate you. But I just enjoy Ellie Goulding's music, so when I heard that this was getting released, I was very excited to get it because I didn't have it in my collection yet. Next I have Wale's Wow, That's Crazy. I love Wale. He is a really good rapper, or poet. If you're asking him, he's a poet. But this release was actually really good. It has amazing features. It's very pro-black, very like instrumentally supple, like it's just really good. I enjoyed this album, so when I heard it was getting a vinyl release for Record Store Day, I was very excited to get my hands on it. Unfortunately, my store didn't have it, but I was able to find it online. I believe I got this one from Turntable Lab. More people need to hear Wale. Also, we need to do something and get Ambition pressed. I'm just saying. Throwing it into the universe. Hopefully it brings it back to me, okay? But yeah, I'm just really happy to have this. Next, oh my gosh, I have been waiting for this release forever. I would literally go on Google almost every day to look up to see whether this release was a thing or not. And then when I saw it on the Record Store Day list, I almost died of happiness. But this is the Summer Walker Last Day of Summer and Clear EP put together. First of all, Last Day of Summer, such an amazing R&B release. I'm so glad to have this. The next release that I have to show you guys is the Queen and Slim soundtrack. Now, this soundtrack is poppin'. It's so much fun. It's so black. Like, it's got a lot of flavor, okay? I ordered this from Fat Beats. I don't know about the quantities and how many they still have or if these are still around, but I'm glad that I was able to get a copy, and I can't wait to actually play this and like twerk in my room. Also, I actually did get Currency's Pilot Talk, but it's still not here because I made the dumb mistake of ordering it with a pre-order, and Fat Beats' policy is that they ship everything at once. So I ordered Amine's Limbo with it because it was gonna come in November, or so I thought. That wasn't the case, and now it's been postponed to January, so I don't know when I'm gonna see this album, but hopefully it'll come in soon, at some point next year. But yeah. So for Record Store Day Drop number 3, which was on October 24th, that also happened to be my nephew's birthday, so shout out to him. So my experience at this point was I was exhausted. The last 2 Record Store Days were stressful. After a while, I was just exhausted. I think I experienced some kind of Record Store Day fatigue, and I was less interested in going early to go buy things. And then I also wasn't able to be home for that Monday, so I couldn't physically go to the store to get a wristband. I emailed them again, but I was kind of late in responding to the email too, so I got a later time, but that was not even that late. It was probably like 9:30. So I got there. They had some things, but they didn't have everything that I wanted. I mean, there wasn't a lot of stuff that I actually wanted for this Record Store Day Drop either. So I was just like, I'll take this, and I'll just go. And I think it wasn't their fault why they didn't have these things. I think it was more like a logistical issue with like the people who were sending the records to them. The owner told me that they had some boxes that just didn't show up yet when they were supposed to. So I understood them not having some of these releases in at the time, and I don't blame them or anything for that. Like, that's not their fault. I just, you know, shopped online for the other stuff that I had. So the first thing that I'm going to show you that I got is this Eminem single, a 7-inch, for Hi My Name Is. It also has the song Bad Guys Always Die from the Wild Wild West soundtrack. Interesting that they've decided to release this. I don't know why. I don't really have a lot of Eminem in my collection, so I just thought, yeah, I'll just pick this up. Next, I have B-Words Brew. I don't want to curse on my channel because even though I'm not monetized yet, just want to practice the habit. This is a classic Miles Davis album. I didn't have it in my collection yet, so I was like, oh, this is the best time to get it. What's interesting though is that I could not find it. So here's the thing. I got this from my local record store, but I didn't get it on record store day. I got it a few days later because I went back and I saw it just sitting there. And I was like, oh, you guys have these in? And they're like, yeah. So I bought it. And I was really excited to find it because I couldn't find it anywhere online. Like, it was nowhere to be found other than somewhere in the UK, and I wasn't about to pay $60. I'm sorry. But I got lucky. Next, I have Pinata, the 1974 edition. I wasn't like a big Freddie Gibbs collector before, but as of late, I've just been getting into his music. So when I heard about this release, I didn't get it from my store because they didn't have any copies, but I got it from, where did I get it from? I got it from 3 Hive, actually. 3 Hive just, you know, always coming in clutch. That's just the case. But I was excited to get this. I'm really excited to spin this actually because I heard the difference between this one and the original one is that this doesn't have the skits in it, and that's why they were able to just put it on one LP. Like I said before, I'll probably do a review on every single album here, so look out for it. This next one was the main event. Like, this is what I wanted the most for Record Store Day Drop 3. It is K.R.I.T. To Feel Alive. Her EP only had 500 copies, and I was able to get my hands on one. Bam. This is it. I got it. I'm not gonna show it too much because it's graphic content, but I was so happy that I got it. I actually ordered it from a UK store because the stores in the US were completely sold out. I'm just glad that I was able to get my hands on a copy. So this next record that I have to show you guys is this Jimmy Jeffrey record. Something about this record just like captivated me in the store. I don't know why. Like I said, I mean, I do enjoy jazz music. It's a very jazz-esque cover. So I saw it and I was like, ooh, this looks like it would sound really good. I feel like I might like the music because I listened to some of the songs that were on here. Not specifically this album's versions, but just songs that were listed on here in like different versions. And I did like the songs. So I'm hoping I will like this too. Next, I have another jazz classic. This is the Mingus R.O.M. Redux. So this one has all the bonus tracks and whatnot. I was very excited to get this one because this was another one that was sort of hard to get your hands on. Thanks to 3 Hive though, I got it. I enjoy Charles Mingus, and this is like one of those records that you kind of have to have if you collect jazz. I'm glad I was able to get the Record Store Day version because it just comes with more, you know, and I could get to experience the album with more. So these next 2 albums that I have are also jazz albums. I have Dexter Gordon the Squirrel, and I also have Dexter Gordon Quartet Live. These 2 releases, well, I was excited for the Squirrel because one, I love Dexter Gordon, like he's such a talented jazz musician. And I didn't know about this one actually until I went to the store and I saw it. So I was actually pretty surprised. I got this from a different record store near me. I ordered it for pickup. Thank you, Technique. And then this one I believe I got from Going Underground. I can't wait to give them a listen. And the final 3 releases, the reason why I'm showing them you in 3s is because they go together. They're the Austin Powers soundtracks. So I got all 3, okay? I'm such a completionist. I kind of grew up watching these movies. Probably shouldn't have, but yes. As a kid, I watched Austin Powers. My favorite was the gold member one. Obviously, Beyonce. Why else? I I actually got the gold member one from my local store, and the other two I ordered from Going Underground. Thank you to Going Underground, by the way, because they sent me a comic book too, and it was kind of cool. It was like Smokey the Bear. Thank you, that was cool. But yeah, I'm excited to spin these. So for Record Store Day Black Friday, I decided to just stay home. Well, for one, I wasn't looking forward to that many releases, and I also felt like I was savvy enough after the previous Record Store days to be able to find what I wanted and be able to get them pretty easily, which I did. So here's what I got. Some of you, if you keep track of my Instagram, you probably already know what I got for Black Friday, but I'm gonna show you guys on camera anyway. The first record I'm going to show you is Big K.R.I.T's TDT. So I just love Big K.R.I.T. He is my Southern king. So as soon as I saw that this record was going to be released, I was like, yes, this one's for me. I'm taking this. I got this from Newberry Comics. I'm really happy that I was able to pick this up and that I have it in my collection. Next, I have The Weeknd, the After Hours remix. Like I mentioned before, anything that The Weeknd slaps his name on, I am buying it. Any venture that he's in, I'm there. So I obviously bought this. And it's a cool purple color, I heard. And I'm just excited to listen to it. Next, I have like probably the most searched for album for Record Store Day Black Friday. The Kids See Ghosts release, or reissue I should say, because they had it on black, but now this is on pink. I mean, obviously this was like a requirement, like K.R.I.T and Kanye together. Yeah, I didn't have it in my collection yet, surprisingly, because it was just so readily available that I just avoided it. I didn't even notice when they were starting to go out of stock because I just thought they were always there. So when I heard it was getting released for Record Store Day, I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to get it. And I was able to get one. Shout out to Luna Record Store. I was able to get it from them. And the final thing that I have to show you from my Record Store Day adventure is Cash Page Parked Car Combos. Cash Page is actually a vibe. 6'4" is a banger. WMT, love songs. You need to listen to this. This is something y'all gotta hear. I'm really happy that I was able to get this in my collection. I didn't even realize that it was gonna be released until later, like closer to Record Store Day. I looked at the list and I was like, wait, this is on there? And I'm so glad I was able to get it. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Sorry if this was a long video because I did have a lot of releases. As I was going through them, I realized like this is a lot of stuff. But I hope that you guys stuck with me because I have a very large announcement to make. I have reached 100 followers on Instagram and I have decided to do a giveaway. All the details for the giveaway are on my Instagram page right now, but I'll be giving away a few Record Store Day releases: Summer Walker, Wale, Big K.R.I.T, The Weeknd, Cash Page. If any of those albums interest you, you can go down to the description and check out my Instagram page and see how you can enter. The only way that you can even win is if you are following me, so you have to be following me, which I don't think is a bad idea. I mean, I post pretty good content, I would think. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys for your support. If you've ever bought a record from me, if you just followed me, liked any of my pictures, doesn't matter, commented, messaged me, thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. I'm just really grateful that there's people out there who like the records that I like and who are so open and willing to help and are just as invested in my collection journey as they are in theirs. So yeah, thank you. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow all my social medias down below. Every store that I got my records from on Record Store Day is linked in the description below as well, so make sure you go check them out. I hope you guys just have a holly jolly Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, a great Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you stay safe out there. Just keep being the amazing yous that you are. Thanks again. I'll see you next time for another video.